Prepare to awaken to a profound truth, a final warning from the depths of Carl Jung's psychological insights, not to terrify you, but to empower you. Many of you, extraordinary souls with boundless empathy, are unknowingly experiencing a subtle, systematic drain on your most precious resource, your inner light. Most remain unaware that this silent siphoning is even occurring. Jung, in his most private and guarded notes, meticulously documented a psychological phenomenon so unsettling that he initially hesitated to reveal it to the world. He observed that empaths, individuals graced with an extraordinary capacity for emotional sensitivity, were being systematically depleted, not by overt adversaries, but by what we now understand as unconscious energy parasites. These aren't the villains of fairy tales or easily identifiable predators. Often, they appear as charming, even wounded individuals, seemingly in desperate need of healing and connection. They may carry an air of vulnerability that tugs at your deepest compassion. But Jung's chilling discovery was this: these individuals had unconsciously learned a survival mechanism, a way to sustain themselves by feeding on the spiritual and emotional energy of others, particularly empaths, whose radiant inner light burns brightest. It's like a wilting plant, unconsciously drawing nutrients from a vibrant one nearby, not out of malice, but out of an unacknowledged deficit. The truly terrifying aspect lies in its invisibility. This feeding process happens through emotional manipulation, disguised as genuine connection, through trauma bonds mistakenly perceived as deep, unbreakable love. Your very nature, your profound compassion, is subtly weaponized against you. Jung realized that empaths weren't merely attracting difficult people by chance. They were, in a very real sense, being actively sought out by those whose own inner light had dimmed, or perhaps never truly ignited, leaving them to survive only by consuming the vitality of others. Join us now as we illuminate this often hidden realm of human psychology, exposing these invisible predators not to fear them, but to understand them. Learn to recognize their feeding mechanisms before they take root, and discover Jung's profound path for transforming yourself from an unwitting host into a sovereign being, all without ever dimming the magnificent gift that makes you extraordinary. Because here's the revolutionary insight Jung unearthed, an understanding that much of modern psychology still struggles to fully grasp. Empaths are not born broken. They are, in fact, forged in the crucible of childhood trauma, emerging with a unique sensitivity that, paradoxically, makes them perfect hosts for emotional parasites. Jung famously wrote, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." But in his clinical observations, he uncovered a darker truth. When an empath encounters an energy parasite, only one personality truly undergoes a transformation, and it is never the parasite. Consider this from an evolutionary perspective. Empaths develop their supernatural sensitivity as a powerful survival mechanism. The child who could intuitively read every micro-expression, anticipate every subtle mood shift, and absorb every unspoken emotion was often the one who navigated and survived chaotic or emotionally unpredictable households. They honed a radar for danger and emotional needs. Yet, here lies the tragic irony. That very survival mechanism, the gift that safeguarded you as a child, now renders you a brilliant beacon, attracting adult predators who have mastered the art of weaponizing your inherent generosity against you. Dr. Judith Orloff's research further confirms Jung's observations, showing that empaths' mirror neurons fire more intensely than average people's. Your brain literally absorbs the emotions of others as if they were your own, creating a profound, often overwhelming sense of shared experience. But what Jung realized, and what many therapists often overlook, is that certain individuals have learned to ruthlessly exploit this neurological difference. They don't just accidentally trigger your empathy, they strategically activate it, like a master puppeteer pulling strings, They have unconsciously perfected the art of emotional manipulation that feels undeniably like genuine connection, of trauma bonding that masquerades as deep, soul-stirring love, and of energy extraction that you tragically mistake for true intimacy. But this isn't even the most devastating revelation. If you've ever felt utterly depleted, completely drained after spending time with certain individuals, yet struggled to articulate why, then understand this profound truth. They were feeding on your light. Then, one transformative day, during a meditation of extraordinary depth, she transcended the ordinary, experiencing what mystics throughout history have called ego death, a complete and utter dissolution of her personal identity, merging into the vast embrace of universal consciousness. The parasite projects their own gaping emptiness onto the empath, whispering insidious untruths. That feeling drained is normal, a sign of deep commitment, that exhaustion is equivalent to love, that depletion signifies devotion. Imagine a magnificent lighthouse, believing its purpose is to dim its own beam so that passing ships might feel more comfortable in the dark. Sign 2. You question reality with what I call sacred curiosity. What you've likely found truly captivating is this critical revelation. The default mode network, this engine of deep thought, is actively suppressed when you are immersed in social situations. Your brain, quite literally, cannot access its most elevated cognitive functions when it's preoccupied with the intricate dance of managing interpersonal dynamics. If your most brilliant ideas have ever surfaced during a quiet shower, a contemplative walk, or in the serene stillness of late night when the world sleeps, then you know this truth. Here's how this silent feeding process actually unfolds. A sequence Jung observed with terrifying precision, allowing us to finally see the invisible. Stage 1. The light recognition. Energy parasites are unconsciously drawn to empaths with the unerring precision of moths to a flame. They possess an innate, often subconscious, ability to sense your emotional availability, your inherent generosity, from across a crowded room. Jung specifically noted that narcissistic personalities, in particular, have an uncanny ability to immediately identify empaths. Jung aptly named this premature enlightenment, accessing elevated states of consciousness before one has cultivated the robust psychological container necessary to integrate such powerful, paradigm-shifting experiences. It's like being handed the keys to a spaceship without any flight training. Indeed, it's akin to attempting complex surgery on yourself without the fundamental understanding of anatomy. Maria, in her journey, had successfully seen through the very illusions that propel most of humanity, yet she found herself utterly at a loss, without a compass, on how to navigate the practical world with this newfound, raw knowledge. She was, in essence, psychologically homeless, too deeply conscious to revert to an unconscious existence, yet not sufficiently integrated to build a new life rooted in conscious awareness. You have learned through the crucible of experience that relying on external validation for your sense of worth is akin to psychological quicksand. So, you built yourself, brick by spiritual brick, from the ground up. You stood firm, often alone, and forged an identity that could not be diminished or taken away by someone else's fleeting opinion or sudden absence. Jung named this transformative process individuation, the arduous yet ultimately liberating psychological journey toward becoming a complete, integrated whole. It's learning to be your own best company, discovering an inexhaustible wellspring of wonder within the sanctuary of your mind. He came to a crucial realization. The nigredo was never a problem to be eradicated or solved, but rather a sacred threshold, an initiation to be traversed with conscious intention and courage. This profound discovery irrevocably reshaped Jung's entire understanding of both psychology and spirituality. He recognized that the vast majority of those who embark on a quest for awakening are often entirely unaware that they are, in essence, volunteering for a profound psychological death and subsequent rebirth. They envision a journey leading directly to perpetual bliss, not a temporary, yet necessary, annihilation of the old self. But amidst this challenging truth, Jung uncovered something truly remarkable. Those who courageously learned to navigate the nigredo with conscious awareness emerged not only transformed but imbued with a form of motivation so authentic, so potent, it felt capable of moving mountains. They discovered a purpose that external circumstances could never diminish or shake, precisely because it arose from the deepest, most sacred core of their own being. After years of dedicated work with hundreds of patients grappling with the post-awakening void, Carl Jung crystallized a discovery that fundamentally redefined his entire understanding of human motivation. The very crucible that dissolves your ego-driven desires is, paradoxically, the same sacred space that births a powerful soul-driven purpose. Jung termed this the individuation paradox. You must utterly lose your old self, shed what no longer serves, before you can truly discover and embody your authentic self. Yet, this is precisely where so many individuals become ensnared. They interpret the loss of motivation as a sign of error, a misstep on their path. But Jung revealed the opposite. It is often a profound indication that you are, in fact, doing something exquisitely right. This is the quiet strength that commands respect. In stark contrast, self-driven motivation originates from your authentic core, the pure essence of you that exists untainted by social conditioning and the demands of the ego. This profound form of motivation doesn't yearn for external validation because its source is an unshakable internal alignment, a deep resonance with your true nature. And here lies the central paradox. Jung unveiled. Spiritual awakening acts as a powerful dissolvent, dismantling persona-driven motivation before the new, self-driven purpose has a chance to fully emerge. You are left in a sacred, yet often unsettling, gap, a space where the old fuel has been consumed, but the new, life-sustaining energy has not yet manifested. Jung observed that this transitional gap can span anywhere from a few months to several years, its duration dependent on the depth of your understanding of this profound process and the conscious intention with which you navigate it. The natural human tendency is to panic during this unsettling phase, desperately attempting to artificially reignite old motivations. Jung powerfully cautioned that this is akin to trying to reanimate a corpse, a futile and ultimately harmful endeavor. However, Jung made a truly remarkable discovery about those patients who learned the profound art of conscious waiting within this void. They began to perceive subtle, nascent impulses, quiet stirrings that felt utterly distinct from their former motivations. These new drives were not propelled by the familiar anxieties of fear, the demands of need, or the weight of external pressure. Instead, they emerged from what Jung termed a soul calling, authentic, pure impulses arising from the deepest, most sacred chambers of their being. Sarah, one of Jung's insightful patients, articulated this transformation with perfect clarity. People instinctively begin to treat you differently. They speak more carefully in your presence. They seek your approval more eagerly. They respect your judgment more deeply. This is what Machiavelli termed the paradox of invulnerability. The more futilely people try to attack you, the more powerful you become. This isn't because you've become difficult or aloof. It's because you have courageously shed layers of conditioning, old beliefs, and limiting identities that no longer serve the magnificent being you are becoming. Jung called this process psychological death and rebirth, a necessary dismantling before a new, more authentic self can emerge. The friends who knew you when you were shrinking, when you were people-pleasing, when you were suppressing your deepest truth, they remember that version of you. But Jung unveiled an even more captivating truth. You cannot coerce this nascent motivation into existence. You cannot simply think your way to authentic purpose. Your role is to consciously cultivate the psychological conditions, the fertile ground, for it to emerge organically and naturally. When you do choose silence, ensure it's a silence so potent, so memorable, that people will think twice, perhaps even 3 times, before challenging you again. Let me equip you with an ironclad execution framework, a 5-element blueprint I call the D-R-E-A-D method. Master these, and you will never again lose a psychological confrontation. They encourage you to follow your blisses without first revealing that you must consciously compost your outdated sense of purpose, bravely waiting in the rich, fertile soil of uncertainty for the new seeds to sprout. Your astute observations perfectly align with what contemporary research now unequivocally confirms, echoing Schopenhauer's timeless wisdom. Studies consistently demonstrate that groundbreaking creative insights and paradigm-shifting breakthroughs typically blossom during periods of solitary reflection, not amidst the cacophony of group brainstorming sessions. You've likely noted that history's most innovative thinkers, from the cosmic vision of Einstein to Darwin's meticulous observations, Tesla's inventive genius, and Virginia Woolf's literary brilliance, all meticulously structured their lives to safeguard substantial periods of profound solitude. They understood that the muse whispers in quiet moments, not in crowded rooms. Throughout his extensive research, Jung meticulously documented a deeply unsettling pattern. Individuals would dedicate decades, entire lifetimes, to pursuing goals they believed were profoundly meaningful, only to arrive at their supposed destination and discover an aching, cavernous emptiness. This was not a failure of effort or execution. Sign 8. You sense a purpose that can't be defined yet. Jung wisely advised, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. If you feel a persistent, undeniable sense that you are destined for something far more than the ordinary. Jung would have recognized this as a powerful manifestation of the transcendent function, your psyche's inherent, magnetic drive toward individuation and a higher purpose. You feel it, that restless, undeniable knowing that you have something profound to contribute, something essential to build, something vital to express. It might not yet be crystal clear, its form still emerging from the mist, but its presence is undeniable, a deep hum in your soul. Jung understood this as compelling evidence of what he called creative potential seeking expression, a universal blueprint yearning to unfold through you. This isn't about fleeting fame or external recognition, it's about authentic alignment, the profound psychological necessity of living in harmony with your deepest, most authentic nature. He understood that a river runs deepest when its banks are undisturbed. Allow them to overextend. Silence creates immense discomfort. In their desperation to elicit a reaction, people will often escalate, repeat themselves, or, most tellingly, reveal their true, often petty, motivations. Let them. Every word they utter without your defensive response makes them appear more desperate, more unhinged. This is where most people falter, jumping in too early, compelled to calm things down when the other person becomes agitated. Resist this urge. Let them expose their true character to everyone in the room when they don't get the emotional payoff they crave. Stage 1. The unconscious outsider. If you've ever felt a profound mental exhaustion after a day of even pleasant socializing, then you understand this truth. Share your insight below. People drain my batteries. Solitude charges them. Jung observed that people in this stage frequently develop what he called persona rigidity. They become so intensely focused on appearing normal, on presenting a palatable facade to the world, that they lose vital touch with their authentic, magnificent selves. Stage 2. The awakening individual. You begin to observe human behavior through what anthropologists term an outsider perspective, a detached, yet deeply insightful lens. You've undoubtedly noticed how much of what society deems urgent is, in reality, profoundly trivial. You've seen the recurring patterns of social dynamics, playing out with uncanny similarity across diverse groups and contexts. Your astute observations resonate deeply with the profound wisdom Schopenhauer cultivated throughout his life, leading him to insights about human nature that were truly centuries ahead of their time. It's crucial to understand, however, that in intimate relationships, your partner might initially escalate when you don't respond in the familiar, defensive way they expect. They might even accuse, "See, you don't even care enough to defend yourself. This proves you don't love me." This is a potent form of emotional manipulation, designed to yank you back into their defensive frame. Do not take the bait. Instead, recognize the deeper truth. They are frustrated because their usual pattern of attack, defense resolution, is no longer working. Stage 3. The individuated consciousness. It's like seeing the strings of a puppet show when everyone else believes the puppets are acting of their own free will. In the vast, interconnected arena of the digital world, this law becomes exponentially more powerful, acting as an impenetrable shield. Every word, every reaction is recorded, witnessed by thousands, and permanently etched into your digital reputation. When someone attempts to publicly shame you on social media, every fiber of your being screams to clarify, to set the record straight, to valiantly defend your name. But remember Machiavelli's timeless observation: the person who explains often appears guilty, even when innocent. But Jung also issued a crucial, often overlooked warning that many rare personalities never fully grasp. You must integrate your shadow, or your extraordinary gifts, ironically, can become your very prison. What does this profound statement truly mean? Even the most rare and advanced personalities possess unconscious aspects, shadow patterns, that can subtly sabotage their growth and hinder their true expression. Jung meticulously identified several shadow patterns, particularly common to psychologically advanced individuals. The superiority complex shadow. This manifests when you begin to perceive your rarity as definitive evidence that you are inherently better than others, rather than simply beautifully different. This dangerous path inevitably leads to isolation, arrogance, and a profound disconnect from the very humanity you are meant to serve. The messianic shadow. Here, you become convinced that it is your sacred duty, your sole responsibility, to wake up or heal everyone around you. This path, though well-intentioned, inevitably leads to profound burnout, exhaustion, and deep resentment when others do not appreciate or respond to your intense efforts. The martyrdom shadow. This pattern surfaces when you begin to believe that being rare inherently means being destined to suffer, that your profound depth somehow requires the sacrifice of your own happiness, joy, or authentic connection. This is a subtle self-betrayal, dimming your light under the guise of noble sacrifice. You've likely also experienced the quieter, more solitary facet of this heightened awareness, the frequent sensation of inhabiting a subtly different world from the majority. You can probably discern the intricate games people play, the carefully constructed illusions they maintain, and the underlying psychological mechanisms that silently orchestrate most social behavior. It's like having X-ray vision in a world of masks, seeing the true motivations beneath the surface performance. If you've ever felt like you were observing human behavior from a detached, yet empathetic distance, even while fully participating, then you know this unique perspective. Comment below. I see the patterns everyone else misses. This question puts them on the defensive, forcing them to justify their attack. Schopenhauer possessed an astonishing foresight regarding creativity, a truth that modern neuroscience is only now beginning to unequivocally confirm. Original thinking, he understood, demands what we call creative restoration, those sacred periods of mental quietude that allow nascent ideas to gently unfurl and emerge from the fertile ground of the unconscious mind. The vast majority of truly breakthrough insights do not spring from the hurried dynamics of social brainstorming or even collaborative thinking. But here is the most profound, the most beautiful secret no one tells you about mastering Machiavelli's law. It doesn't just change how others perceive you. It fundamentally transforms how you see yourself, unleashing an unparalleled sense of inner freedom. When you liberate yourself from the incessant need to defend every action, explain every decision, and justify every choice, something truly profound blossoms within. The light matches. These are the truly rare individuals who have courageously done their own deep psychological work and can meet you at your profound level of depth without needing to consume your energy or diminish your radiance. They celebrate your magnificent rarity while fiercely maintaining their own psychological sovereignty. They are your soul tribe. It's like trying to compose a symphony while 1,000 different radios are playing simultaneously. The true melody is lost in the noise. This magnificent transformation, however, comes with its own unique cost. You will begin to see the world through a new, discerning lens. You'll observe with almost detached fascination how much precious energy people squander, defending themselves against accusations that truly don't matter, against shadows that hold no power. You'll watch friends and colleagues get helplessly pulled into emotional battles that only diminish their spirit and drain their vitality. This is precisely why you simply cannot settle for the ordinary. This is why surface-level connections feel so utterly empty to you. This is why you would rather embrace solitude than pretend. Your profound psyche knows you have vital work to do, and that work, that sacred mission, demands nothing less than your absolute authenticity, your deepest depth, and your most unwavering courage. Consider the Titans. Isaac Newton forged his groundbreaking laws of physics during profound solitary periods. Albert Einstein famously referred to his solo thinking time as combinatory play. Charles Darwin spent decades meticulously developing his revolutionary theory of evolution through patient, solitary observation and reflection. This is what we call the incubation principle, the understanding that creative solutions often require your unconscious mind to diligently work on complex problems while your conscious mind is in a state of quiet receptivity. To guide your journey toward true psychological invulnerability, understand that there are 3 distinct levels of mastery with this ancient law. Jung made a startling prediction about rare personalities. As humanity continues to evolve, more people will gradually develop these very traits. What feels rare and exceptional now will, in time, become more common as our species grows in psychological sophistication and spiritual awareness. This means you are not just personally rare. You are, in a very real sense, evolutionarily important. You represent what Jung called the leading edge of human consciousness, pioneering new ways of being, new perspectives, new depths that others will eventually follow. This profound perspective fundamentally transforms how you view your past struggles. Every single time you felt like an outsider, you were, in truth, bravely scouting new territory for human potential. Every time you were criticized for being too much, you were, in effect, demonstrating possibilities that threatened limited worldviews. Every time you chose unwavering authenticity over fleeting acceptance, you expanded what is truly possible for human connection and relationship. Level 2. Strategic redirection. This is where you transcend mere survival and begin to actively gain power from attacks, transforming them into opportunities for growth and dominance. At this level, you're not just passively silent, you are actively, elegantly taking control of the interaction. You've learned to perceive attacks not as threats, but as invitations. When someone attempts to diminish you, you might even feel a subtle thrill, a spark of excitement, because you know you are about to demonstrate your psychological superiority, your profound self-mastery. Yes, this path often comes with moments of deep loneliness. You are frequently walking paths that few others have yet dared to tread. You are instinctively solving problems that most people don't even recognize as problems. You are courageously seeking connections that many people don't yet believe are even possible. Schopenhauer, with unwavering conviction, believed that these solitary thinkers are the true vanguards, the ones who ultimately propel human understanding forward. Their invaluable contributions emerge from the profound depths of individual reflection, a realm that collective social thinking can simply never fully access. They are not retreating from humanity. They are, in fact, cultivating the very insights that humanity so desperately craves and needs. They are the quiet architects of progress, building bridges to new futures from the solitude of their minds. Some will inevitably be threatened by your penetrating questions. Some will, perhaps unconsciously, want to diminish your radiant light because its brilliance makes them uncomfortable with their own perceived dimness. But Jung discovered something exquisitely beautiful about people who fully embrace their psychological rarity. They become powerful magnets for others who are also ready to embrace their own unique brilliance. You don't need everyone to understand you. You need to find the precious few who can genuinely match your level of consciousness, your depth, your authenticity, and build a life of profound connection with them. With such profound power comes an equally profound responsibility. A crucial warning. Once you master Machiavelli's law, you'll begin to perceive weakness everywhere around you. You'll watch with a mixture of quiet pity and a subtle sense of superiority as people needlessly exhaust themselves defending against phantom accusations. You will see through manipulation attempts before they even fully form, predicting how confrontations will unfold based solely on who maintains their calm and who succumbs to emotion. This deep knowledge, while empowering, can be isolating. You'll recognize that most people operate from a place of deep insecurity and knee-jerk reaction, rather than from strategy and conscious intention. Your deep wisdom has likely guided you to discern the critical difference between restorative solitude and avoidant isolation. You've discovered that restorative solitude is always chosen from a place of inner strength. You intentionally retreat to deeply recharge your spirit, to reflect profoundly, and to cultivate powerful insights that you can then generously bring back to enrich your relationships and your work. Conversely, your experience has likely shown you that avoidant isolation is born of weakness, a withdrawal stemming from social interaction, feeling overwhelming, threatening, or simply too arduous to navigate successfully. One is a conscious, empowering choice. The other, an unconscious, often fearful retreat. Your unyielding craving for meaning isn't impractical. It is your soul, your very essence, demanding profound alignment with your deepest purpose. Your pattern of outgrowing people and environments isn't coldness. It is evolution in magnificent action, a necessary shedding for growth. Your transformational presence isn't manipulation. It is authenticity, creating sacred space for truth to emerge and heal. Your undefined purpose isn't confusion. It is boundless potential yearning for its fullest, most impactful expression. If even half of these profound signs resonated deeply within your soul, you are not just different. You are, unequivocally, part of what Jung believed was humanity's next evolutionary step. You are one of the courageous few, actively pushing our species toward greater awareness, deeper truth, and more authentic, heart-centered connection. Yes, it will be lonely sometimes. Yes, it will demand more courage than most people will ever need to muster. But Jung believed, with every fiber of his being, that people like you are absolutely essential for humanity's ongoing psychological evolution. Your understanding undoubtedly aligns with what modern research now confirms regarding Schopenhauer's astute observations. Introverted individuals are not antisocial. They simply possess different optimal arousal levels, requiring more quiet to thrive. They are not less social, but differently social, honoring their inner rhythm. Carl Jung dedicated his entire life to studying individuals like you, because he understood something profoundly important. You are not just living your own life. You are, through your very existence, expanding what it means to be human. The world does not need you to be smaller, quieter, or more convenient. The world, in its deepest yearning, needs you to be exactly what you are. Psychologically rare, radiantly authentic, and fiercely proud of it. If you are ready to fully embrace your psychological rarity and to stop apologizing for the extraordinary traits that make you who you are, claim your truth below. I am evolutionary consciousness in human form. Share this message with someone who needs to be reminded of their own profound psychological rarity. Remember, you're not too much. The world is too little, and Jung knew that people like you are the ones destined to change that. Your journey is just beginning. It's the ultimate empowerment, giving you the reins of your own social life. Your adversaries are hoping you'll fight them. They are literally counting on your emotional reaction to justify their attack and validate their own shaky position. They desperately want you to get defensive, because a defensive person, in the eyes of the world, often looks guilty, even when they are profoundly innocent. So, disappoint them. Stay silent. Stay strategic. Stay in absolute unshakable control, because the magnificent moment you cease defending yourself, you compel the world around you to defend you instead. Your profound understanding has likely revealed that this selectivity is not an act of selfishness, but a testament to profound wisdom. You've recognized what Schopenhauer so clearly understood. Your genuine capacity to contribute meaningfully to others hinges directly on your ability to meticulously maintain your own mental and emotional resources. Your awareness has undoubtedly led you to this liberating truth. The most generous gift you can offer the people you cherish is to care for yourself so completely that you can show up fully, authentically, and powerfully when it truly matters. It's a revolutionary act of self-preservation, ensuring your wellspring never runs dry for those who truly need its nourishment. That is the true, life-altering transformation this law offers you. Not merely tactical superiority in confrontations, but profound psychological freedom from the incessant, exhausting need to be understood, approved of, or validated by people whose opinions, in the grand scheme of your magnificent life, genuinely do not matter. Master this law, and you will never again waste your precious energy defending yourself against those who were never going to change their minds anyway. Your personal development has likely fostered what psychologists call secure attachment, the remarkable ability to forge deep intimacy with others while steadfastly preserving your individual identity and precious autonomy. Schopenhauer's timeless insights into intelligent solitude carry truly revolutionary implications for how we perceive success, cultivate relationships, and unlock the boundless frontiers of human potential. It's a new blueprint for living, one that honors both self and connection in equal measure. Your profound awareness has likely revealed that individuals who consciously embrace solitude often emerge as the vital bridges between what is and what could be. Your intelligence has undoubtedly affirmed that they are not retreating from the world. Rather, they are cultivating the unparalleled clarity and piercing insight necessary to perceive the world as it truly is, unburdened by the social illusions and collective assumptions that keep so many trapped in the confines of conventional thinking. They are the quiet visionaries, seeing beyond the veil of everyday perception, offering glimpses of a more authentic reality. You've likely sensed why this solitary intelligence can feel unsettling, even threatening, to those who haven't yet embraced it. Your awareness recognizes that it represents a profound form of freedom, a liberation that challenges the very foundations of a social structure built on external validation, relentless group conformity, and the pervasive fear of being alone. Your experience has undoubtedly shown you that when you encounter an individual who radiates genuine contentment in their own company, who thrives without constant social stimulation, who seems to discover an endlessly fascinating universe within their own inner world, you are in the presence of someone who has unlocked a form of intelligence that the majority will never fully develop. They are living proof that the greatest riches lie not in external possessions, but in the boundless wealth of a cultivated mind. You've likely discovered that a mind, meticulously cultivated in the fertile ground of solitude, becomes capable of generating insights and creations of such depth and originality that social thinking alone could never possibly produce. Your experience has profoundly demonstrated that your most significant contributions to humanity don't emerge from constant availability, but from the profound depths of understanding that only solitude can unlock and make possible. It's a quiet revolution of thought, yielding fruits of wisdom that nourish the collective. Schopenhauer, with his timeless wisdom, penned, "The more a man is worth in himself, the more he will find in himself a source of happiness that will never be exhausted." Your personal journey has undoubtedly revealed that this is not selfishness, but rather the courageous development of inexhaustible inner resources, a profound wellspring that allows you to give from a place of genuine abundance rather than desperate need. It's a testament to the enduring power of self-reliance, a beacon of inner light that can illuminate the path for others. Your heightened awareness has undoubtedly revealed that choosing solitude isn't an act of avoiding human connection. It is, in fact, a powerful act of preparation for it. You've likely discovered that you are diligently cultivating something profoundly valuable to bring to every interaction: an authentic depth rather than superficiality, genuine authenticity rather than mere performance, and distilled wisdom rather than fleeting opinion. You are not retreating from the world, but gathering your strength to meet it with greater purpose and presence. Your discerning understanding of our hyper-connected, often chaotic world has likely shown you that this capacity for intelligent solitude becomes exponentially more valuable. While the masses drown in a relentless tide of information and social noise, you have mastered the art of thinking in silence, maintaining an unshakable clarity, while others are perpetually exhausted by the incessant demands of constant stimulation. You remain steadfastly centered, profoundly focused, and deeply rooted in your own truth. You become an anchor in the storm, a quiet island of insight in a sea of clamor. You've likely recognized that in this journey, you become precisely what society so desperately needs: a clear thinker who can pierce through the chaos, a creative mind capable of imagining innovative solutions, and a wise individual who offers profound perspective rather than perpetuating confusion. If you recognize that your sacred alone time has unequivocally made you a better person, a more potent force in all your relationships, then share your truth. Solitude taught me how to truly connect. Your profound wisdom has undoubtedly revealed the true essence of the terrifying intelligence possessed by those who choose solitude. It is not the intelligence of withdrawal, but the extraordinary intelligence to engage with the world from a deep wellspring of inner fullness rather than a void of emptiness, from unwavering strength rather than desperate need, from conscious choice rather than unconscious compulsion. By now, you've likely grasped why this intelligence can feel so unsettling to the majority, and crucially, why it should never threaten you. Your heightened awareness has confirmed the powerful truth we began with. It's a quiet revolution, not of rebellion, but of profound self-mastery. You have discovered a truth, simple yet revolutionary, that fundamentally challenges everything most people believe about human connection, mental capacity, and the very path to fulfillment. This truth is profound. Your highest intellectual and creative abilities, your deepest insights, and your most authentic self absolutely require sustained periods of genuine solitude to fully develop, to flourish, and to be faithfully maintained. It is the bedrock upon which true genius is built, and authentic connection forged. You've likely already understood, with liberating clarity, that you are not broken if you require sacred time alone to think with precision and depth. You are not antisocial if you instinctively prefer profound depth over superficial breadth in your relationships. And you are most certainly not missing out if you consciously choose the nourishment of solitude over social obligations that relentlessly drain your vital energy. You are, in fact, honoring your true nature, aligning with a wisdom that transcends societal pressures. Your personal journey has, without a doubt, confirmed the profound truth Schopenhauer dedicated his life to illuminating. The capacity for intelligent solitude is, in fact, a powerful hallmark of psychological strength, not weakness. It is irrefutable evidence of a profound inner development that the vast majority of people never even attempt. You've likely recognized that those who choose to embrace solitude have not given up on humanity. Your wisdom has shown you they've simply mastered the essential distinctions between being alone and being lonely, between debilitating isolation and vital restoration, between fearful withdrawal and strategic preparation. They are the quiet pioneers of self, charting courses for deeper human potential. Your profound understanding has likely revealed that your most impactful contributions to the world, your unique creativity, your piercing insights, your authentic and magnetic presence, emerge from the sacred silence that only solitude can so generously provide. And your awareness of the discomfort many feel around individuals who seem utterly content in their own company is likely more than mere social conditioning. It's the recognition of a profound inner power, a self-sufficiency that challenges their own reliance on external validation. You've likely recognized it as their unconscious acknowledgement that these individuals have accessed something they might not have yet cultivated: the profound ability to find genuine, unshakable fulfillment within the rich tapestry of their own consciousness. Your intelligence has undoubtedly guided you to Schopenhauer's beautiful, liberating truth. This remarkable capacity is available to everyone. You, too, can learn to deeply enjoy your own company. It's not an exclusive club, but an open invitation to a richer inner life. You can cultivate an inner richness that transforms solitude into a cherished luxury rather than a dreaded punishment. You can harness the power of chosen aloneness to profoundly enhance, rather than merely replace, your connections with others. Your innate wisdom tells you that the next time you encounter someone who radiates genuine contentment in solitude, you are witnessing Schopenhauer's timeless insight come alive. You might be in the sacred presence of someone who has discovered profound forms of intelligence that emerge only in silence, luminous thoughts that arise only in stillness, and a deep wisdom that develops only when the mind is truly free from the relentless influence of social noise. You've likely realized they are not running away from intelligence. They are running towards the purest source of it, a journey of self-discovery that benefits us all. Your personal journey has undoubtedly revealed that this terrifying intelligence of those who choose to be alone is not a force to be feared. It is, instead, a profound wisdom to understand, to deeply respect, and perhaps to courageously cultivate within yourself. It's an invitation to a richer, more authentic existence, a testament to the untapped power within. Because in a world perpetually saturated with noise, you've likely discovered that the individual who has mastered the art of thinking in silence holds a form of profound power, a power that no amount of social connection, however vast, can ever truly bestow. If you yearn to explore more insights into consciousness and the boundless depths of human potential, I invite you to delve into my video, Why You Lost Interest in Your Hobbies After Awakening, where we journey into how psychological development profoundly reshapes your relationship with activities and passions. Thank you for embarking on this exploration. See you in the next dimension of understanding.